All right, well, hey, look at that. We actually got this thing working tonight. Bagger Bader in the house with us, but Mighty Quinn across the line first tonight, man. Hey, great to see all you guys piling in. Radar Fletcher coming in. Radar, what's up? Behind Rudy's Fairing, everything's working great. We did all the testing. We got the bugs out. We got a killer show coming to you. You are about to watch America's first and favorite two-wheel motorcycle talk show, ShopTalk, coming to you live for the 300th sometime street level. Cannot wait. It's going to be a great show tonight, man. Talking about Indian. Lots of stuff going on in the news. Everybody's talking about what's happening. They want to know. We got the inside scoop right here. Music City Indians' own Kameron coming on to talk with us about that and a lot of other stuff, man. This cat's great to hang out with, so stick around, grab a drink, get ready, clear things out, get a comfortable seat. 90 to 120 minutes, all the two-wheel bullshit you can handle coming at you with an episode of Shop Talk right around the corner. Let your friends and neighbors know we're getting ready to go live. Man, it's so good when all you guys are filing in and like all the channels are working. There's so much activity. I don't sit here like I'm by myself. I'm all alone. I'm all alone sometimes. All alone, Mark. I'm all alone sometimes.
All alone, Johnny.
So spent the day yesterday with Big Doug and Brian, or Big Brian and Doug.
Yeah, there you go.
Big Brian and Black Bro.
Yeah.
Black Bro.
Wow.
Big Brian and Black
You just went south.
What, dude? Characters. You can
Oh, yeah.
look at that. Tom Banks checking in tonight. Good to see you, Tom.
Yeah,
We got so much good stuff going on with Cycle Source TV, and we were up in Ashtabula, Ohio, shooting a couple motorcycles of brothers of ours, and great shoot. So lots going on. Let us know where you're watching from. You see everybody putting up, Tom Banks, Pittsburgh, PA. Always great to see where you guys are watching. We get a kick out of it every time someone's overseas and checking out what we're doing here. 3 minutes until we go live with this episode. And man, remember, if you like what we're doing here, we've been doing this for years and years, love doing the show, but you can make it better by posting a link, setting your alerts, making sure you know when we go live, make sure your friends know when we're going live too with this show every Sunday, 9 p.m. on the East Coast. Another episode of Shop Talk. All right, 3 minutes, get ready. Look at that. Rod Garrett, Fort Madison, Iowa. Fantastic. Last NASCAR race of the year was earlier today. I'll be damned. that was like
Did Richard Petty win? That's all I want to know.
the football thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, are they still doing the football thing right now?
Foosball.
Floorball?
Listen,
Yeah,
this
I
is a
think floorball
motorcycle
is
program, man. We do motorcycle.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm sketchy
shit.
at that, for Christ's sake.
Right? 3 minutes, I can make a prostitute think I was the
Hello.
best she ever had. In 3 minutes?
Ladies and gentlemen, Radar Fletcher.
There you go, Radar. This is more exciting than a bullfight on acid.
Ooh.
I've actually been to a bullfight on acid, but that's a whole other show.
That's another show.
So 1 minute,
Wow.
28 seconds. We're
Just
a little
saying.
bit early. People are going to believe, they're not going to believe it. They are going to believe it. They're
I
going to
don't know.
think.
Well, I mean, we have proof.
Right.
We have proof, so
Fletcher,
it's a thing.
right.
Jeff McKinney in the house tonight. All the usual suspects. I love it.
Did you see how I invited us to Tom Banks' house?
Yeah.
Tom Banks' place?
Yeah,
I'm like,
real
hey,
nice.
hey, by the way.
Real nice.
I used to yell at my kids for that. You can't invite yourself to people's places. I just did, sorry.
We
guys.
got 1 minute until we're going
Oh my
live. I'm on the edge of
God.
my seat. I can hardly stand it. I can't stand
Talk
you.
amongst yourselves.
Please just go already.
45 seconds.
Oh boy,
NASCAR.
he's gonna count down now.
I am going to count down. No, I'm not going to count down. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get this one out of the station and up onto the tracks.
You're like right
This
there.
this
Just
is
do it,
seriously.
Mark, do it.
This is exactly what I expected out of you
At
two
first, I'm
idiots.
going to shut both of your microphones off. Hey, I'm running a show over here. You want to get with it?
Whatever.
All right, here
welcome
we
to
go.
the show.
Getting ready to launch this one. Let's go live with this week's episode of Shop Talk. Here we go.
Good Lord.
Okay, scooter tramps and chopper jockeys all across the land. It is just before a few precious seconds before 9 p.m. on the East Coast, and you are watching Shop Talk. Hey, I'm Chris Callen with Cycle Source Magazine, and I'm going to be your host for the next 90 to 120 minutes of all the two-wheel bullshit we can fit on a little program we do every Sunday at 9 p.m. Shop Talk. And I say we because my crew is here.
Howdy, howdy.
Where the hell y'all been? It's 9
My
o'clock.
crew.
Where have you been? We've been here waiting for you.
So,
howdy.
Paul Adams, I was hoping you were coming in tonight.
Oh, boy.
It's been so great, man, that we're back in Pittsburgh. You know, we got the office set up and the studio is here. And a couple of you guys have been nice enough to stop by and visit with us. And Paul was one of those guys, man. And
One of the first.
Yep. Walked in one afternoon. We were sitting here, and he said, "Checking in from Ford City." And we immediately knew who he was. It was such a blast. It was great. So
It was good.
if
Wish I
you-
was at Rocky Point Rally.
Yeah.
That would be good, I think. Just
I don't know. There's been a dip in the temperature, and from what I understand, nobody at Rocky Point Rally wears clothes. So
Oh, jeez.
maybe
You
I
had to
don't
go
wish
there.
I was at Rocky
Yeah,
Point Rally.
yeah.
Hi,
Annie, hey,
Annie.
look, Annie is here.
Did we decide on a name yet, Annie? I gotta know.
Oh, boy.
Are we going with Stella? I think Stella, should
Stella.
be it, right? They're getting a puppy.
I'm like a Stella.
Yeah, and I'm like, you gotta
Is
name her
it real
Stella.
and spit 'em out.
So, yeah,
The-
spent the day with Brian and Doug yesterday.
Doug says hello, everyone, by the way.
Is he here?
Brian says hello.
Oh,
by the way.
Brian does?
Well, since you messed
Brian
Doug
does.
and Brian up, I figured I would too.
Hey, listen, I got a little present for you from Brian from when they were here the other day.
Oh, yeah.
So check it
boy.
out.
I'm Mark's alter ego, Big Brian, and you're watching Shop Talk.
Nice.
So good.
I still haven't got my red hat. I
Yeah,
need the
right.
red hat.
He was so happy. He said, "Dude, can you do that?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely. I can record it right off of the thing here. We'll get him set up."
Yeah, through the whole show, I get texts from Brian to try and find a way to
Hey, can
sneak
you go
them
to
in
the
there.
overhead
So-
for
I can.
XAN?
I can. Yeah, look.
Look
Just
at this. We are
adjusted.
all together.
It is adjusted.
Oh my God, we're all in the flannel
The
mafia
flannel-
today.
Hey,
Where's
speaking
he at?
of that, where's Nussie?
Yeah, we haven't heard hide nor hair.
Come
Him.
on.
We need to make a call.
Hey, Bobby Bisbee. Nope, you done me dirty. Won't ever use y'all again. Not sure who you're talking about, but this is Shop Talk, and you're watching our. Or,
Hold on, we done some dirty.
Archie, yeah. We didn't do you dirty. I know. I remember. Anyway, man, listen.
I don't
we
think
got,
it was us, but
we
if
got
it
a
was
great
us,
show
call
tonight.
me. I'll fix it.
Tim Skates is here, man. So many great.
Roll.
See, this is what I love. Wintertime, everybody's getting into the groove, and they're checking us out from the shops and the living rooms. It's getting cold outside. Everybody's Mark's Musk. I'm never gonna be the same
I
again.
don't even know what the hell's going on. That had to be radar. I can't see any of them. I'm calling radar on that one.
Tim, are we going to see you next week at Lone Star Rally?
But
Oh,
Yeah,
and
how
I
about
did just
that?
get your application. Thank you.
What application? Oh, you can't say that yet.
Oh, okay.
there's a rally.
Can't say that yet because we're getting ready. You know, if you guys are watching for the first time, what is Shop Talk? It's basically everything we do in Cycle Source Magazine. And yes, Mark, we still do Cycle Source Magazine.
Damn it! I lost a bet.
We do some tech. We look at feature bikes. We talk about events. We everything that you can imagine, and we even start the whole thing off with a little program we call.
Done news.
Here it goes. First up in the news tonight, and from our own Cycle Source magazine, World Report, Smokeout Rally Garage Buildoff 26 applications now open for the 3rd annual competition. Look at that, it's right there. So, Garage Buildoff has been one of the biggest pleasures for us to add into Smokeout because it's given, the old amateur chop off, people that were fans of that, it's given that same kind of platform, but it's for garage guys, man. And we've had 2 incredible runs at it. The 3rd one, there's already, we put this up, yesterday? And there's a pile of people signed up already. So,
couple things. You got to fill out the form completely or it will not submit. Like, you can't skip a question. You have to upload your pictures and your social media. I had an email saying, hey, it's not working. They just missed a step. So hit every button, fill it all in. We'll get it. And I think our goal is to let everybody know by the end of the year. We'll pick our 12 and let everybody know by the end of the year. It's exciting, though.
And give guys a little bit more time because last year was kind of rushed. Everybody did great, and we had the kid that won was fantastic, and he's actually now on his way as part of the winning Garage Buildoff. You get to go as an invited builder for Mama Tried. He's on his way to be a builder at Mama Tried, man. So pretty
That's
badass.
Awesome. So a couple of things the questions I've gotten so far is, can it be a group effort? No, it can't. A team of you can't do it. And can I have $15,000? No. The budget is $10,000. We already want to blow the budget.
I thought they were asking us
I was going to say, I'd like $15,000.
Yeah, me
right?
too. I'd like $15,000.
Yeah, the budget is the budget, and no, you got to do it. Got to do it on your own. So yeah, you can phone a friend and ask questions and all that happy stuff, but the rules is the rules.
So in the meantime, go to cyclesource.com, check out more. Moving on from that.
I'm thinking here that how many bikes did we ever build that cost $60,000? That's a lot of money.
Well, you haven't been
can't-
around for the last couple months. Let's just say.
I'm saying, in general, the average throw together. I couldn't even imagine.
No, listen,
Nowadays, dude.
that's what I'm saying. The $10,000 ceiling for that is a lot.
Yeah, yep.
So next up in the news, and this from Newswires, Love Ride returns in grand fashion with Love Ride 34 powered by Harley Davidson. Look at that. Harley Davidson, thank you so much for bringing back this iconic event, man. Jay Leno, Robert Patrick, Gene Simmons, all to fund Wounded Warrior Project. Fantastic. September 9th, 2025.
That's when the tickets went on sale. The event is November 9th.
I was going to say, you sons of bitches, you're doing Love Ride when we're doing Smokeout.
Well,
No, they're doing it while we're going to be in Galveston.
Oh.
I know, that's such a
man.
bummer.
Moving on from that, we have Power Sports Business brings us the news that Buell Super Cruiser enters production debut at Barber Vintage Festival. Let me get my screen back up. I blew something here.
So I think, are we good?
Uh-huh.
keep your purple.
We're good. So they started taking deposits for those babies in 2023. And they say, I think it's going to be, 4 to 6 months before people start actually receiving them?
Yeah, and the thing about this, there was so much excitement about this motorcycle when it first started rolling around and people were seeing it out at some of the events, and then it sort of got frustrating for some guys, not even just the people that had money down waiting to take delivery on one, just in general, the public was waiting for them to come out, and them not making it was sort of blew it for people. So
Yeah, anticipation.
Yep.
I got bored with it. So
Next.
I don't know if I'd want to wait that long.
No, I'm not. I'm not good at waiting. Even
no.
poor Chris, when I'll go out and help him in the shop, if he doesn't have something for me to do the whole time, I'm like, I'm out. See ya. And he's like, but
oh, dude, it's so frustrating.
I know. And I don't mind. I love being out in the shop. It doesn't bother me. I'm just not one to, just be like.
No, you know what you know what happens, dude, is she has this hang up about being the girl that just stands around.
No. No, like if he has a cool place for me to sit and like the TV's going or whatever, then yeah, I'll hang out with him as long as it's not Fox News and there's nothing happening.
Oh boy.
Those are my two caveats.
Hey,
Another
someday the shit's gonna hit the fan, and you're gonna see it coming, and you're gonna be like,
You're gonna talk
I
about
was
it.
ready.
And I'm gonna be like, oh look, I still can't do anything about it.
All right, listen. Next up in the news, and I think this is our last piece. Lucky for you guys. Dealer News brings us the report that Flashback Fridays, #Flashback Friday, Triumph is back in black. Sexy motorcycle from Triumph as part of a nearly new 30 new model rollout for 26. Triumph has gone back to black, back to its roots with the Bonneville T100, T120, and T120 Black, the next chapter in a story that never stands still. Bonneville T120 is the original. It's a bike that defined a generation and continues to inspire riders today, says Chief Commercial Officer Paul Stroud. What makes it so special? Its ability to evolve while staying true to its soul. For 26, we've updated the styling, introduced new rider-focused technology, and enhanced the overall ride. Don't do too much to it because that's what's cool about it, man. It's just a simple, cool-ass motorcycle.
It's just a Triumph.
Yeah.
So kept it going all these years.
Right on. So, as it relates to news that were reported on this show,
Wait a minute, I have a piece of news because he
boy.
just popped on.
Okay, go ahead.
Will Casio, did you see the other day? They're going to get married on Halloween 2026.
Wow.
Because that's really pretty much when they met was, do you remember?
So,
On the dance floor on the cruise?
what is the big news about that though? That where he asked her to get married was on the stage at Smokeout.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so good.
Cool.
That's Will, our tattoo buddy.
Yep.
Doing so good, man. Like his shop down in Maryville, Tennessee, and lucky enough to have that girl with him. So congratulations to both you guys.
Super cool couple there.
Hey, so like I was saying, news that we reported on before about Polaris parting ways with Indian. Everybody seemed to jump on the bandwagon about this being the black finger of death for Indian, and I wanted to put some perspective to this, so we immediately went to Cam with Music City Indian and said, hey man, what is the deal with this? And his report from the inside was so positive that we were like, you know what, will you come on the show and talk about this, and let's get an actual report from somebody who is day to day doing work with Indian. And we're going to go to Cam now and check out what is the deal. What's up, man?
What's up? Hey, guys.
So
Hey, Cam.
first, I have to apologize to you because we had a shit show last week, and you were so good and patient with us, and you came back this week to carry on with it. So thank you for that.
Oh, you bet. It actually worked out pretty well. I had a cold last week, so I'm not mad about not staying out past my bedtime.
Right on.
Yeah. Thanks,
So-
you guys, for having us on. Obviously, I was pretty honored to have you guys pick up the phone and give me a holler and want my input on what's going on in the world. So that's very cool.
No, and right off the bat, man, I have to tell you the reason that we reached out is not just because you're the guy that we have a connection to Indian motorcycles with. It's the kind of connection that you have. Cam is the kind of guy that like he loves this brand, absolutely loves it, and he goes about his celebration of Indian motorcycles in an irreverent way and to the bone. Like we did a Friends Throwdown thing, and there was a Evo Friends Throwdown. So he even came to the Throwdown with a sort of Evo base, but it was the Indian bottle cap motor. And I mean, dude loves Indian so much that I knew that whatever we talked to him about was going to be the real deal.
I'm glad you brought that up, bro, because I was super pumped. Yappy's like, you're coming? You're building a Harley? I'm like, shit, no, I'm not building a Harley. I'm going to take an old Indian Gilroy that comes with an Evo motor, and that's what I'm going to bring out. And, it was fun. We had a really good time, and I was super pumped to, participate in that and ride with you guys. And, God, that was a hell of an adventure, by the way. That was cool as shit.
It was so good. But, seriously, like when you think about Indian, there's always the hardcores that are like, they're doing it because fuck Harley. You know what I mean? And like, And I love it so much more when it's somebody who is from the ground up, like they're pumping that brand and they're, you know, excited about every
Believing in it.
intricacy about it and believe in it. Yeah, absolutely.
So one thing I think is interesting, even more interesting about his love for Indian motorcycles, is if I read his sheet right, he grew up in a Harley family. Your dad had a Harley dealership, right?
It was actually my uncle, but
Yeah.
there's a Harley in the background in my garage too. So we're not anti-Harley. Hell, I'm not anti any brand. I'm more of an advocate. I'd like to think I'm an advocate for anybody who wants to ride anything with two wheels and a motor.
Yeah,
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, like our industry is such a small pie in the grand scheme of things, and I think as long as you're on two wheels and riding a motorcycle, I think you're pretty fucking cool in my book. The fact you ride an Indian, well, let's high five, bro. But yeah, that's me on a Vespa with my homies. So,
Hey, Vespa works
yeah.
too.
That's it.
I'm an Indian dealer, but I also carry Vespas too, which are super fun.
You know, and here, like, this is exactly what I'm saying. We got a comment already that Indian can try and compete with Harley Davidson, but it'll never catch them on culture. And I would almost say that, like, in today's market, it's different. Like I think Harley Davidson couldn't catch up to the culture that it used to be. I think it's a completely different animal today. It's a completely different board.
I don't understand why there has to. I mean, look, I love the competitive nature of Harley Davidson Indian motorcycle, right? The best thing that happened to Harley was Indian when Polaris brought it back to market, and the best thing for Indian was Harley Davidson because the end consumer is getting a better product today because of that competitive nature, whether it was, you know,
100%,
Sportster
yep.
versus Scout or the Bagger Racing League, right? I mean, the Bagger Racing League, you have so many people building performance baggers now, both Indian and Harley, because of that competitive nature. So I don't know why one has to try and keep up with the other.
Yeah, it's more yin and yang.
Or one's got to be the other. They're both American V twins, and they're both such huge icons in our history here in the U.S., right, and globally for that matter. So, you know, to that comment, I would say, yeah, dude, go Harley, man. But at the end of the day, you know, enjoy that new Harley because Indian pushed Harley to do a better job. Right?
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
And no
dude.
different from Suzuki to Honda, right? Like the
Right.
Gixxer versus the CBR. Like those guys riding those bikes are super pumped on their brands, but those bikes are getting better every day because of the competitiveness.
Yeah, that's it too.
But I think you find that anywhere. If you don't have a quote unquote competitor, I feel like you become
Stale.
complacent. You
Yeah.
become
Vanilla.
you become complacent.
Yeah.
And
They
I
call
think
that a monopoly.
Right.
And I say that from, and Chris is on the other side of the room, so he can't hit me. Even from the magazine perspective,
Oh,
there
amen.
was a good number of years where Cycle Source was literally the only custom motorcycle magazine on the newsstand. Everybody had hit pause. And I know Chris and I, even at that time, while we still loved Cycle Source, we kind of went on autopilot a little bit.
Yeah.
And now that we're seeing them come back
Listen,
and have a
I'll cop to that.
resurgence,
I will. I'll admit that.
you know, Hot Bike is back and Easy Riders has a new leader. Like, we're really trying to pay attention and make the motorcycle the rock star of the magazine again, like we always wanted it to be. But I think when you don't have that competition,
Yes.
you become complacent.
Vanilla. Get vanilla. Get easy.
Yeah.
Did you say vanilla?
Vanilla. Yeah. I like vanilla. And like Cam, like with Cam, I think the cool part about it is when you meet Cam, you meet Cam. You don't meet anybody else.
Oh, amen.
He's honest, and he's going
Amen.
to tell you the truth, and he's not going to be a dick about it. He's going to tell you how he feels and the positives and negatives, and you know, he's got a very level head. He's the perfect person to talk to through this. You couldn't ask for a better input here. So,
Dude. But listen, I got to tell you, like, characters,
Oh.
him and his brother,
yeah, oh yeah,
dear God.
yeah. First
Watch
time,
out.
first time I met him, I thought, what's he doing here? I didn't know who he was, and then like 2 minutes into it, I heard him talking. I think it was to actually Doug or me. Doug and Brian were standing there, and I'm like, oh yeah, he fits in. He's right here. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Brian. That's all I can say about that.
He's
They're
right now.
some
He's
of my
getting ready to
favorite
text me.
homies ever. They're great.
What my phone's gonna buzz any second. You watch.
I have no doubt mine's going to blow up in a minute.
So tell us a little more about growing up, man, because you know you grew up motorcycles. You were one of those guys that like ended up having You had what I saw here somewhere in the pre-show about your first motorcycle. What was your first bike?
So to put it in perspective, yes, my family when I was much younger, I think 4 or 5, put it AMF years, right? They had a Harley Davidson Arctic Cat dealership. So we grew up snowmobiling. We had Kitty Cat snowmobiles and motorcycles around us all the time, and the love for two wheels was very at a young age, if you will. But my very first motorcycle, my brother actually still has it. It's in his living room. We had it kind of repopped because he bought it or acquired it from my great uncle. But it was an Arctic Cat, and they called it the SSS Cat. So it like had that Pantera cheetah seat on it, the little mini ape hangers. Kind of small wheels on it, and then of course we had training wheels growing up on it. I don't even know if it was an Arctic Cat motor, to be perfectly candid. It might have been like an Ingersoll Rand weed whacker pull style. But, that's the shit we grew up on, right? Like you get on this bike, you have a throttle, no fucking brakes. And I remember my granddaddy, before he passed, he always used to tell me, that you actually had me running one day. I was beelining. That's it. I was beelining towards a fucking rock, and my granddad was running after me. His version of a million miles an hour, and tackled me off of it before I hit the rock. And to be honest with you, I think it would have been easier just to hit the rock. But yeah, man, we grew up on that, and I didn't know how cool the bike was, but my not my great uncle, but my uncle Steve was super rad, and kind of that bouffant 70s. He kind of reminds me like Joe Pesci, kind of fucking afro hair, just beautiful, Italian. And he had this Honda MR50, and it was just such a cool motorcycle, right? Little 3-speed, and so I grew up riding dirt, and Honda, Kawasaki, obviously Arctic Cat, Harley Davidson, and my first personal motorcycle as a young man, I think I was in the 7th or 8th grade, and one of my best friends who happened to marry my wife and I, Chloe, she called me Motorcycle Man because I pulled up to school in 7th grade in Arizona on a YSR 50, and everybody's like, what in the hell is going on here? Is some shit out of Footloose, right? Everybody's riding the bus, and my mom had 3 boys, and I'm the youngest, and she's like, I'm over it. I'm not driving your ass anymore. I'm not taking care of you. You have your own job. Here's, go buy a bike and go to school. So, two wheels have been a part of my life basically, since conception. So I'm super blessed to be a part of this industry, and I love everything about it. I mean, like I said earlier in the podcast here, or this interview, is anything with a motor and 2 wheels, I kind of want to ride it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that, man. I mean, that's same with how me and Mark grew up that way, and like it's so many people that you meet when you really sit down with everybody. All this bullshit about brand loyalty and this or that, like it's not the same as back when we grew up, where the old timers were like stringing up Japanese motorcycles in trees and shit. It's just not that world anymore.
Heck, that wasn't happening that terribly long ago in Laconia.
Yeah,
it wasn't that long ago. They'd burn them on the bridge.
Yeah. That's a special breed up there.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I just used to tear them apart. Anything that anybody ever got me or I bought, I tore to shreds and rebuilt or put back together goofy or.
Oh, most of the time we had to, because the shit was all
mostly junk.
Yeah.
But yes, that love, that adrenaline's was the drug I think I chose. So.
Yep.
You've never done drugs?
Hell, not me.
What?
Cam, I am effing Lily
You're
White.
so cute, Cam.
You fucking invited me on this show. What do you want, man?
Look at me. Do I look like the kind of guy that would have ever done that, Cam? Honestly.
No, not at all.
Bad decisions, right there.
Jesus.
Bad decisions all over that
Let's
face.
talk about.
Oh, that's so cute.
Remember, you had said you watched from episode 4 on. Watch 1, 2, and 3. Find out where the first computer came from that the magazine used. Let's do some research, Cam.
Is it black and white?
Oh, dude, it's good stuff. When the book gets written, jaws are gonna drop.
Oh.
So.
Oh man.
Yeah. You've never done drugs. That's so cute.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, sorry.
I could say a few things. My dad would come down from up there and kill me.
Dude, there was early on with the magazine, Cam.
Wow.
We literally used to go and do bike parties and shit, and like feature shoots of motorcycles. Remember the little disposable cameras that you would take, like a cardboard outside container, and when you were done with it, you would take it to Photo Hut.
Drop the whole thing in the boot. Yeah.
Probably not too many people.
I know
remember
Cam's
what I'm talking
Cam's a
about.
lot younger than us. So
No,
I don't know if he does.
hang on. I'm glad you brought this up, guys. Seriously, that photo of me tying a shoelace
Oh boy.
in black and white that you guys have there somewhere.
Okay.
So
Oh,
I'm
there
riding
it
my
is.
Softail. There's the first year I rode with Randy Aaron
That
to
one.
Sturgis. That was my first year being introduced to the hamsters. And that very picture, if you were to be able to zoom in on the headlight, that's my brother's Road Glide, and he's taking a photo, not with an iPhone. That's with one of those zip and
Oh
strip.
no shit.
No shit.
Yes,
That's great.
Yes, I love that you brought this up because all of our road trips, you didn't have magnet, you didn't have the clockwork mounts, you didn't have all the shit we have today.
Yeah.
We had those zip and strip, and if you drop the camera,
Yeah,
I
you're
mean,
screwed.
poor bastard that developed it, that's on him.
Yeah.
But but literally, you just zip. You would zip 24 shots out of
Yeah.
these things and throw them in your bag and get another one. And when the trip was over, you go develop them, and you're praying to Almighty that maybe 10% would be worth the
Yeah.
shit, not blurry. And that's actually blown up in my house in South Dakota. And my wife got the photo and blew it up, and it's like a life-size portrait.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because of that zip and strip camera. Thank you for bringing
That's
that
so
up.
good.
That's great.
That's so good.
Yeah, so long story short, they started the magazine with a borrowed computer from a stripper and a throwaway camera.
Yeah.
That's how this started 29 years ago.
Literally.
How did the borrowed camera, like especially one of those, onto a computer? I don't want to know.
Oh, dude, that was the craziest shit because back then, and this is gonna date me, but there was no such thing as a personal scanner.
Yeah,
like
no.
you didn't have a scanner sitting beside your computer. So I would take the photos, and I would pick out the ones that I wanted, and I would take them down to a local photo studio, like a photography studio, and they would scan them for me on their big expensive scanner and put them on these things called zip drives, and it was a big hard floppy disk, and it's just like total clown shoes today. Like you think about that shit today, everything is the speed of light today compared to what the hell we used to have to go through. It was crazy.
Those times were crazy. You know the coolest part about it all, though, and like sort of what you were saying, Cam, you can look back in the history with those pictures and with your family in the dealerships, just like us. I mean, 30 years, me and Chris can go back. We had a young kid tell us one time we were posers, and that, older guys shouldn't be wearing clothes like that. We found a picture. Chris was making some collage or something. We found a picture that was, I think, 12 years prior, and I had the same exact T-shirt and pants on. And it was in the magazine. Like, we could literally retrace our steps through this whole thing. Some of them you get to see for the first time because I've never drank or done drugs in my life. I may not remember then. Brian said that the reason the bikes I built were so goofy is I was usually freaking high as hell whenever I built them, which is very possible. But that's besides the point. No, it's cool to be able to look back and say, dude, the gray and the beard and the one that he fakes having every once in a while, sometimes it shows up. Man, that's real. Every one of them hairs have a story, That's super cool.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't have a mechanical background, but I'm a mechanic now, right?
Yeah.
And it was started with snowmobiles and dirt bikes and changing carburetors and jets, and you kind of learn as you go, and the trial and error and the garage time and the cold beers and the non-alcoholic beverages or drugs that you're talking about.
Stop already.
All I don't know why it's not starting after 9,000 kicks. Did anybody put fucking gas in it? No, we just did it all up our nose. I don't,
Dude.
But I mean, dude, it's the lifestyle that we get today is so different, I think, than maybe you guys got me by a couple of years. But we're so fortunate to be able to play with motorcycles and make a living at it. Where I look at the guys that really were the pioneers of whether it's customization or this industry. They did it out of passion, and they weren't making millions of dollars or doing anything. They was just cool. It was out of a garage, and they were rocking and doing with what they had. There was no computers, no CNC machines. There was no, hey, I want a new swing arm. They had to figure out how to do it, And nowadays we're just everything is like a click of a button. I'm sitting here talking to you guys through a computer screen and in my garage in Nashville, and you guys are up in PA. It's very different.
Yeah, I mean, look at people like Donnie Smith. There's a guy that was into drag cars. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And somewhere along the line, veined his way into motorcycles, and yet still stayed relevant in drag cars. Like it's crazy how sometimes you find your niche at the oddest places. And like you said, back in that day when it was the old guys doing it, You know, and like us, we didn't do it for a glitz glamour show. We did it, number one, because we wanted it to be different and cool, and number two, because we wanted to be the fastest motherfucker out there, and that was it.
Oh, you know, and then, dude, there was a part of it too, like we didn't fit in anywhere else.
Yeah,
you know
nobody else would
like,
accept us. Yeah.
I feel like we're not doing shit though. When you look back at you just mentioned Donnie Smith, or you can go down a laundry list like Arlen and Dave and all those guys. But like they were race car drivers and hot rod drivers and custom bike builders, and here we are just trying to fucking run a podcast. All Music City Indian, and these guys are doing. How you talk about people that never did drugs. How did you get all done in one day? These guys are rock stars. I feel like we're so lazy now. I don't know.
And I'm sure they're all crystal clean.
It's pretty cool to to hear these stories when we get to sit down and have a cold beer or Bacardi or whatever it is, and talk to these guys and what they accomplished and what they did. And I'm sitting there going, fuck, how many hours did you guys have in your day back then?
Right. Well, based on the amount of drugs they didn't do, they had 28 hours in their 24.
Hey, and you know what? Like sitting down with some of these guys, like Pirowitz, I can remember Pirowitz telling me that his business got so crazy busy. He was painting tanks for everybody that he knew, all his friends, everything, and he got going so fast that they had to sit down at one point and figure out what the cost of everything was and what they were billing people. He said I was paying people to paint their tanks. He said I had to change my prices. He said, but there was so much going on then. He said the money was flying through and the paint was going. He said by the time I figured out what was going on, I was paying to paint people's motorcycles.
yeah, right. Brian said, let's be honest, we all did it for the chicks.
Right? I will be the first one to condone that behavior. I think without being sexist, because I just got done with a weekend full of the Iron Goddess event, which is a women's event, and they bring in all the women from all over, and it's awesome because it's the next generation of riders, and they're huge in our culture, the culture of motorcycling. But the reason I got on a motorcycle as a young man was to pick up chicks.
Right?
Bullshit. If you said anything,
I don't know, dude. Mine was speed. Mine was speed, man. I think mine was more racing and taking them bends. I mean, to me, not to sound sort of stupid, but chicks weren't my issue back then. I didn't
say they're an issue. It just got a lot easier.
Yeah, bro. Well, I don't know. My truck and my Chevelle did way better than my bike, I think, ever did.
Oh,
unless you were our daughter. When our daughter started dating, obviously having Chris as a dad and being around the motorcycles that we get to be around, this kid on a Sportster asked her out on a date, and she laughed at him. She looks at him and she's like, stock Sportster? Come back when you have a shovel head.
Yeah.
Want me to drive you around?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
She's like,
why do I feel like I'm gonna leave this interview and get a hate-filled speech? This might be the worst thing I've ever done.
So let's talk about where does Music City Indian come into the picture? Like how does this even happen that you're at the head of this company?
Oh shit, that's crazy. So look, my brother was a huge part of me being involved in the motorcycling industry. He was with National Power Sports Auctions back in the early 2000s. Sound about right? I don't know. And so he called me up, and Chloe and I were together, and we weren't married yet, but he's like, hey, my buddy's opening up an Eagle Rider, which was, Harley Davidson rental company. And they're pretty big at their peak. I mean, I think they had 55 locations stateside and, some affiliates overseas. And so he calls me up. He's like, hey, I got a job offer for you if you want to be in the industry. So I got a call from a guy by the name of Don Sweeto, and he goes, hey, have you managed people before? I'm like, oh, sure, shit. I'm 22 years old. I've managed everybody. I know everything. He's like, you got a motorcycle license? I'm like, come on, man, really? And so he's like, all right, well, you're hired. Your bro says you're good. So I took over Eagle Rider Phoenix at the ripe age of 22 or 23. I had to race down and get a motorcycle license because I actually never fucking had one. And when I get to the shop, the people that were running it, because he had just acquired the Eagle Rider franchise, patch members, I'm not going to mention names for obvious reasons. And, I had to go in and clean house. And you talk about a kid at 23 years of age that's shitting his pants, that does have no idea what FTW was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that was my entrance into the power sports industry. And, a lot of trial and error, a lot of mess ups and firing people and hiring people, but that was my shoe in, man. And I don't want to prolong the story, but we ended up buying a couple of these franchises. Ended up in San Diego with one, and then when I finally sold them in 2012, I went to work for Eagle Rider Corporate, and this is where Indian comes into play. I was their acquisition disposition manager globally. So I bought and sold 4,000 or 5,000 units from a laptop like we're talking on today at my home in Dana Point, California, doing auctions, working with Harley Davidson dealers, buying their pre-owned or buying even new vehicles. And I think it was circa 2013 is when the shit really hit the fan, because we were selling so many Harley Davidsons out of our rental fleet. We were controlling the pre-owned market for Harley Davidson at these auctions. So we would buy them, rent them 40,000 miles, and then sell them for pennies on the dollars because we depreciated them. But the $20,000 bagger was now worth 11 grand because we're running 1,000 through at a time, and it was killing the market. So Harley said, middle finger, we're not going to sell you bikes, or you got to go buy pre-owned. Oh. And Indian came to market under the Polaris umbrella just in the nick of time in 2013, and we bought 400 Indian motorcycles.
Wow.
Jesus.
And the fucking bikes just kept going. One dump, some super easy to maintain, brake pads, oil changes, tires, etc. And the Europeans that were coming in at the time, with the amount of European travel riding from California to Chicago or vice versa on Route 66, or, Phoenix to the Grand Canyon, they didn't give a shit as long as American B twin, right? Icon, the iconic Indian name, they're like, shit, Harley, Indian, we didn't care. So it worked out well, and I started riding them. I started getting a feel for them. I will say, at a young age, or a little bit younger, I wasn't so keen on the classic swoopy fenders, the iconic image that Indian is, but it didn't really matter because the bike was so rad. It just did everything very well. And make a very long story short, I was actually at a Harley Davidson dealer meeting in 2014, and I had resigned from Eagle Rider because I don't like to work for people. And I met with a good buddy of mine. His name is Ricky Kelly. He owns Harley Davidson in Columbia till this day. And he and his brother and myself opened up. We were at the dealer meeting, and he asked me about Indian, and I told him, I'm like, fuck, these bikes are indestructible. They're great, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. Nowhere to go but up. And so we opened up Music City, Indian, out of Nashville, Marietta, Georgia, and Panama City Beach, all within about 60 days of one another.
Oh.
And to make a very long story short, I worked with Ricky and his brother for about 3 or 4 years. We sold Marietta. I bought out Ricky in Nashville here to become sole owner. And his brother still got Panama City Beach, and Ricky still got his Harley store down in Columbia, Tennessee. So it just kind of all worked out the way it was supposed to, I guess.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's kind of cool because I didn't go seeking it. It just kind of organically happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were made for this. Like, this was what was this was your path right from the get-go. Like, no doubt.
Sure feels that way, that's for sure. And it's been a wild ride, man. I mean, like I said earlier, just talking about, getting into Indian, we had nowhere to go but up. I mean, Polaris did such a great job bringing back this huge brand, and, the Harley guys are gonna be like, nah, Indian hasn't been around that long. They're not consistent. And, then the Indian guys will be like, oh, well, Harley wasn't around, that AMF. And the reality is that both brands are over 100 years old. They both have iconic names. And yes, Indian has had some ups and downs between Gilroy and Kings Mountain, but Polaris really started from scratch with the Thunderstroke motor, hit the market with it, kept the swoopy fenders, really brought people back into what was the core of Indian motorcycles. And it stuck. Right? Like, people were buying them left and right. And, here we are 11 years later after opening this dealership, and we have, from 3 models in 2014, it was actually 13, they came out with the 14 model year, in 3 colors, so 9 variations of Indian motorcycles. I think we have 277 variations of Indian motorcycles today.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a name climb. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
everybody
incredible.
that bags on Polaris, I mean, dude, do your homework, man. That's a huge undertaking.
Well,
I mean,
and
they did a wonderful job.
I don't know how that you can bag on them for resurrecting
Yes.
that brand and doing everything they've done. I mean, there's no way, whether you're not an Indian guy, whatever. You cannot bag on somebody that's
Business is
made
business.
as
Hey,
strides like that.
and listen, you have any doubts about Polaris and their business acumen and how they manufacture shit? Go ask any other company that makes ATVs and snowmobiles and
right.
shit. You know what I mean? So like, there's no doubt about that. But I'll tell you, one of the things, dude, that I like to talk about in this happenstance when everybody talks about Harley versus Indian and shit, it was literally only the luck of the draw because of the war effort that separated those two companies.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
like,
Definitely.
they were
I love that you did this research, Chris,
Well-
because people don't know that Harley actually kept retail outlets open during the war.
Yeah.
Indian stuck all their fucking eggs in that basket.
Yeah.
Shame on them for not being business savvy. But it shit the bed after the war because they had no retail outlets here stateside.
Yep. Yeah, man. I mean, it was really that, and I mean, that's just there's so many things. Like, you know, earlier somebody said something about COVID, how everything got fucked up from COVID, but it's been. It's that's the history of our country. Companies rise and fall
Time.
based on shit that happens, and I mean that
Were
was
they in
one-
the power sports industry, those that were talking shit about COVID? Asking for a friend. I'll fucking take COVID for 3 more years. Man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
right.
I have to say, like, for those couple years, the power sports industry
Boomed.
was at such an all-time high. People had that COVID money, and they were building motorcycles and
not so much
customizing
for
and
magazines.
upgrading.
I just
Yeah.
want to say that, like,
Yeah, true.
Power sports were killing it.
But like
Magazines,
the aftermarket,
Yeah.
the aftermarket segment of motorcycling was incredible.
Everybody
Like
was home playing.
record lifetime highs. And I mean, yeah, I think a lot of people, just like you, Cam, would take that all over again.
And let's not forget, business
I
is
woke
business.
up one morning and I went from having 50, 60 new Indians on my show floor. And then I panicked, right? Like everybody did when COVID hit. We're like, what do you mean? And then somebody said essential. And I'm like, wait, I'm essential. I do oil changes, right? So I got to keep my business open. And within 8 to 10 months, I had one motorcycle on my show floor. period.
Wow.
And when you look up and you're like, holy shit, we just slayed it, right? Like everything's great, but now we're like fiends, we're like crack fiends. Mark knows a little bit about that. And sorry, bro, we're just having fun. But like you literally are going, where do I get more? Where do I get more product? Where do I get more of this goods that everybody's absorbing and buying, and they don't care about the price, and they're just, it was insane, y'all. It was absolutely insane. And then when people bag on COVID, I think today it's because we had such a huge high and it wasn't real, right? People have to go back to work and reality's got to kick in and money's got to cost again and not 0%. But, you know, I think you just adjust and put your head down and go back to work. That's all. I mean, people are still passionate, and we're going to go through these highs and lows and have some ups and downs, but shit, it's not like people are going to stop consuming.
No, and I
No,
mean
for
that
sure.
was my whole thing, is that's been the story of motorcycles. That's been the story of business in the United States. And I mean, it's only the luck of the draw sometimes that, you know, puts one company forward and one company behind, and that's
Well,
a
and
sad tale sometimes.
think about it, Chris. You've been doing this for just shy of 30 years. How many times have you seen that wave in your
Oh my
30
God.
years?
I know.
And you think about people like Poppy. He's 50 years into
Yeah.
this. You want to talk about some rise and falls.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So here is we actually had you come on tonight to talk about the whole news that came out about Polaris selling, you know, or splitting the two companies, Polaris separating from Indian and selling to a majority stakeholder. Now, on Polaris's press release about this was a really interesting thing, and I want everybody to pay attention to these numbers, because a lot of the Harley guys out there that want to hate on Indian are like, well, you know, they're not actually selling that many motorcycles or blah blah blah. Well, check this out. So the Indian Motorcycle is proposed to sell the majority stake. Polaris selling the majority stake to Carolwood LP, independent private equity firm founded in 2014, headquartered in Los Angeles. Indian Motorcycle contributed approximately $478 million, or 7% of Polaris's revenue for the trailing 12-month period ending June 30th, 2025. That is a bag of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Say what you will.
for me, so like it was kind of a realization of the place that Indian held in the market. Like 478 million, that's $500 million, dude. That's real business. That's no bullshit. You know what I mean? So this is so much more than just a, to brush it off and say, well, that was it for Indian. Like they're going to private equity. It's going to be a shit show from there. So that's why we wanted you to come on to talk about this and give some real, like, boots on the ground conversation about it.
No, I love it, and I'm glad we get to discuss it. I've had you can imagine how many phone calls, text messages, emails, consumers knocking on the door going, dude, what's going to happen? Because I think there's a correlation, and I want to get this out of the way before we move on with Carolwood and Polaris and the future of Indian. Everybody went, oh, see, Indian now feels what Victory felt like. And I'm like, no, not really, because Polaris decided to drop Victory because it wasn't making money.
Yeah.
Right? So it was a brand that just didn't pencil for them. So being a publicly traded company, their shareholders have a lot of control. I don't know exactly how much, but that's typically how publicly traded companies work, in saying, look, if we're making $1 billion here and we're losing a couple $100 million here for 20 years, they did away with it. They brought an outside organization, they did an inside audit, and they said, boom, okay, there's Victory. They didn't just sell Victory, they said, we're shutting it off. This is an actual sale. This would be like, Chris, you selling Cycle Source to, I'm going to use a name. We're going to sell it to Brian, God forbid. And so you sell Cycle Source to Brian. Sorry, bro, I love you, man. But Cycle Source is still going to exist, correct? It's not dead. It just changed hands.
Right.
And that's the difference. So you Victory guys, I love Victory. I was a dealer for the whole 2 years that they gave it to me, being a younger dealership here in Nashville. We loved the brand. It was super fun. We were just as upset as you guys were, but this is not the same. Polaris has resurrected an iconic brand, an amazing motorcycle, and has produced, I don't want to use the word epic, but I fucking love the motorcycles I get to ride every day. And I got a bunch of them, right? Like Harleys, Indians, Suzukis, whatever. I love the motorcycle. Bang for the buck, out of the box. It's a killer bike. Polaris, thank you, right? They did a great job.
Oh, they did.
But did they just do everything they possibly could because they're so big and they just can't do anymore? Is it the time that they get to turn the reins over to somebody else, especially like Mike Kennedy, who crushed it for Harley, who did a great job with Vance and Hines? Mind you, he's not writing the check for it, but an organization that can come in, swoop up Indian, and have a motorcycle guy at the realm and move this fucker even further into the future.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about, and I think that's what's going to happen.
And I think that's a big part of it, man. That's a totally valid perspective, because I think the one thing, if I had to put, watching Polaris and all their time with Victory, and then watching what they did with Indian, as brilliant as they were, you know what I mean? Like, they did a lot of the right, great stuff, but I still feel like there was that little bit of a disconnect. Not so much that they didn't appreciate or employ the culture behind that brand, but they really didn't jump into the meat of it, where I feel somebody like Mike, like you're talking about, I think can absolutely leverage all of that, man. And it's going to make such a difference in the personality of the brand.
Well, so one of the biggest things that I think we get some accolades for in Nashville, being Music City Indian, we are a standalone Indian dealership, right? So we're exactly where we want to be with this new frontier happening with Carolwood. They want to make Indian a standalone. It's not that you can't have an Indian dealership inside of a multi-line store, but how many Harley stores do you see with an Articat or a Can-Am on their show floor?
Yeah, you don't.
Okay.
Very, very, very rarely.
So how cool would it be when you bring your Indian motorcycle in to a motorcycle dealership that a guy who's working on a four-wheeler isn't going to get off of that and go work on your Indian? Yeah. Right? So that's what we feel a lot with our consumers, is they walk in our door and they're like, man, we're just pumped that you got Indian technicians working on my Indian motorcycle. And I'm not by any means being negative towards any multi-lines. I mean, dude, they're fucking awesome, right? If you're having a winter season and you're not selling on-road, you got those other brands to offset. That's business 101. But not every multi-line has an a designated Indian technician, where if you go to a Harley dealership, you have 100% Harley certified technicians working on that on your motorcycle. And that's going to be one of these things as we continue to grow and Indian continues to stand on its own and continues to prosper, if you will. There's going to be more Indian standalone locations that are not only making money, but able to really support our consumers and have proper Indian technicians working on your Indian motorcycle as well. So it's going to be really cool to see how this all rolls out.
Oh, I'm excited. I think one of the things that people forget is Polaris does so many things. ATVs, side-by-sides, jet skis, boats. Like, they have, if it has a motor, they probably make it.
Yeah.
And I think one of the greatest things that they could have done is actually let go of Indian so it could be a standalone, so it doesn't get lost in their mix.
Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't, look, I mean, everybody's like, oh, well, Indian sucks. It only made up 7% of Polaris. Well, you just said, was it $500 million?
7% of
Yeah.
$500 million.
Yeah, that's horrible. That just goes to show you how large this organization is.
Right.
Yeah, and how much people don't
I mean,
pay attention.
how would you like to be Carolwood? They just bought 900 employees. That's only 7% though of Polaris.
Right, exactly.
Hey, and I said, I'll tell you guys, like on the record before the show, I said to Cam, I said, hey, that's a lot of money, right? I mean, I'm not just being like blue collar Pittsburgh Chris saying, "Holy shit, that's a lot of money." Like, but I had to get validation from him that, like, yeah, that's a lot of money, man.
One of my favorite things is when I see a diehard Harley rider get on an Indian for the first time.
Well, hey, how about this? In our comment section right now, Tom Banks is coming in, and they just completed the first Trans-American Motorcycle Endurance Run. And he said Indian gave us 3 bikes to ride for the staff on the Trans Am, and the bikes were pretty awesome. He said even the Harley guys were impressed with those motorcycles. So, like, and I mean, if you know anything about Banks and like his crew and the Trans Am, they were veterans of the Cannonball. You know what I mean? And like that, these are guys that really, really, no matter what they're riding, if it's a damn pedal bike, they're going to put it through its paces.
Yeah.
So can I, as a dealer, and I'm also an operator, right? So I sell motorcycles. I work on bikes in my shop. The biggest objective we have as an Indian dealership, customer walks in the door, they have a brand new Harley or used Harley, and they ride our bike and they're like, fuck, I love this damn thing, but I have $1,000 worth of Harley Davidson clothing. I have a Harley tattoo, and it's almost like this. You can't get out of your own way. It's like staying married to somebody you don't like. Why? Right? Like, get a new tattoo or put one on the other arm that says Indian, and you can still have Harley here. Get a divorce and move on. It's like, I just don't understand why people would ever, and I'm not saying Harley doesn't make a good bike, but I've never had a Harley owner walk into my shop, ride one of my bikes and go, God, that sucked.
No, yeah.
Right.
And again, I love when the Milwaukee 8 came out, I was jacked about it, right? Like, I went out and rode it and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, over the twin cam, let's go. And then we come out with the Power Plus and it's like, right on, right? Back to our original conversation. We're getting better motorcycles by this.
Yeah.
Yep. It's better and better and better.
Well, and that was the thing, when you and I started talking about this, the thing I didn't understand about, Polaris picking now to do this, in my opinion, the last 2 years of Indian motorcycles is hands down some of the best product that we've ridden from the company. Like, absolutely love the Sport Chief and, everything that they're coming out with. Like, we're having a blast on, and it's like, they're finally hitting their stride, and I was just like, man, please don't tell me that this is what people's fear is.
Yeah, and I feel you there, and I'd like to think that Polaris maybe have just reached a pinnacle based on what they're capable of doing, and their capabilities are amazing. I mean, they've done an amazing job, and I'll continue to say that even after the fact. And I really hope, look, Carolwood's just a bank, right? I don't know anything about the new private equity guys. I've done my due diligence. I've read about them. I do know about Mike Kennedy. I have a lot of friends that are really close to him that are Harley guys that worked with him years ago. Verbatim, head down, both horns out, watch out, basically is his attitude. And, Carolwood's coming in with their own money. You and I talked about this before the show. They're not doing a cap raise. So in 6 to 8 months, a lot of people aren't going to be doing, where's my ROI, like normal private equity, right?
Yeah.
These guys are putting in their money to grow, and we're pretty excited about it. That's a big thing.
Well, and you know, man, I knew if we took the time here and got you on, you know, I know you're a serious man and got real answers, and you were going to give us a perspective on it.
I'm a real serious guy. I will say that was the greatest trip ever, though. Taking a bunch of Indian guys and that's Ricky, that's my old business partner. He owns Harley Davidson in Columbia, and we watched Travis Pastrana jump.
You were there?
Yeah.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
There.
Oh,
We weren't doing anything though during that, Mark.
Funny guy. Oh, so here, just to let you know, now that Cyclesource has a new owner,
Hey, Brian,
I have some insider scoop. I hear that the first magazine, the first issue is going to be naked chicks cover to cover, and there's going to be Tarak coupons for Viagra.
Yo,
I'm telling
it's
you,
going to be in black and white with scratch and sniff.
oh, Jesus
God.
Christ!
yeah, I got inside scoop
man.
right here.
And you know,
Sorry.
if Doug and Brian were responsible for what was in the next issue
Oh,
of the
sweet
magazine,
Jesus.
it would be some shit just like that.
Oh, good Lord, help me.
It'd be awesome.
Well, I'll tell you, dude, like I said at the beginning of all this, you know, it's absolutely a blast. Anytime we get to hang out with you, it's guaranteed going to be a good time. And then also, you know, for the occasions that we get to sit down and talk to you about real stuff, you've always got substance to add to it. But man, getting to know you and your love for the brand, and you know, everything that makes you run on the Indian is just, it's killer for us.
Yeah, no, dude. Thank you guys. Obviously, and vice versa. We've had, we got to know each other over the last couple of years. Got to hang out a bit more. You guys are super busy, though. You guys are way too popular.
Oh yeah.
No, it's a hustle.
But I will say, to your point, the handful of times we got to hang out, we've had so much fun, and I think it's just a passion and a love for all things two wheels, right? And it doesn't matter what name you slap on it, as long as we get to go out and ride and look at each other and high five. And like Arizona, we get to freeze our balls off together and get snowed on. And life's pretty good as long as we can continue to pay our bills and continue to ride motorcycles. So
Who in the hell is this in this picture?
that was my first custom, brother. That's a '96 Softail Evo.
Hey, listen, this is what I love about it, and I'm just gonna bust your balls because we're boys, right? So
No way.
on his belt loop.
Oh,
You see it?
I'm wearing chaps in Arizona, bro.
No
Oh my
shit.
God.
Gee,
It's 110 degrees out, but I'm a Harley rider.
wow, that's freaking awesome.
Does he have fingers on the
Quintessential,
gloves?
I
Wait a
got
minute.
puked on by Hacienda Harley.
Are they cut off? Are they cut
Are
off
those
fingerless gloves?
Are those fingerless gloves? I think
Yeah,
they are.
Those
Absolute-
tan lines didn't come from anywhere.
Listen, hey, and don't let Mark act all fucking tough and cool, because what he's forgetting to tell you is we'd have seen a cat like you going down the road and sat there going, "Damn,
Yes,
he got one of them new Softails, bro."
Hate that dude. While we
Here's
were
what's
trying to
funny
fix our bike.
about that bike is I really didn't know anything about the hamsters, right? And I don't want to go down that path. That's not what I'm here for. But when I first saw the Softail, it had that bike. I wish I would have given you another picture. It had the old bobtail, right?
Yeah.
It was a kind of a custom, had a wide glide front end on it, and it had the stretch tanks, and I think I'll send a shout out to Chris LaPera. We had a LaPera seat on there, but I hated the bike because it had like a solid rear wheel and had a chrome, spoke front, and I was like, man, I love that Arlen Ness swoopy rear fender, and I wish I could have gotten the whole video or the whole shot of that bike, but I couldn't afford an Arlen Ness fender, right? I was broke. So I went to my buddy, and he kind of grabbed a bunch of metal and smoothed it out and stretched it and made it as cool as we possibly could to mimic an Arlen Ness rear fender out of metal. And, of course, 20, 30 years later, I got to meet the guy before unfortunate passing. But it's fucking cool, right? Like, it's just all the things that you see in your magazine or I go to lunch, magazines have come and gone over the years, but you get to see it, and then you get to experience it and put it on your bike, and then you get to meet people that actually make all this shit. It's just, I think that's what's so cool about our industry, Like just how like you look at that photo and you're like, who is that guy? I had no idea who the fuck any of these people were, and now I get to hang out with them all and have their parts and accessories and shit on my motorcycles. So
Now,
I don't think I'm explaining that right, but it's a cool full circle.
You most certainly are.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
are you gonna field Mark's
Oh yeah,
question?
yeah. There's a little,
There's a very serious question we have to pose
but
for you.
I feel
From Mark
like
Hendricks.
I feel like it's a little bit of
Oh boy.
if it's a little bit of ball busting at foot here.
Hang on, dude, you're killing me.
So Mark Hendricks, why did Polaris sell Indian on Indigenous Peoples Day? Mark. Now see,
Mark,
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
leave it to Hendrix to start in.
Oh, and he's awesome.
God, I love Mark
Oh,
Hendricks.
that's fantastic. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna get some less brownie points here, but I was getting a manicure pedicure with my wife when my phone went fucking nuclear because all of this news dropped. And the first text I got is Happy Indigenous Peoples Day. It looks like Indians. And I can laugh about it, right? Like how you got to take them off the chin, right? Like everybody jabs at each other, and it's. But I really wish I did know the reason for that. That was kind of a really good jab, and I have no rebuttal for it. So, you know,
dude, and that I mean,
other than you're paying for the next round of tequila.
Oh, so good.
listen, and that's some of the beauty of it too, man. Like me and Kiwi Mike. Kiwi Mike has been one of my best brothers forever, and he never misses an opportunity to give me a nut shot. And
Never.
he, like,
He's so good at
he'd
it.
just come out of left field. He goes, "Hey, mate, you know, 99% of those Harley Davidson motorcycles are still out on the road." And I'll say, "That's right, son of a bitch." And he goes, "Yeah, a couple of them actually made it back." Always.
I love it.
I love
it. I wish I was that witty. I'm not that good.
Oh.
Oh,
So-
that's great.
I
He's
can't let
classic.
this interview go by without acknowledging your amazing wife. You guys have a
Mama.
20th anniversary coming up.
We do, yeah.
And she's
So-
just fabulous.
Oh, and
Like,
I met in 7th and 8th grade, believe it or not.
Wow.
that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
She's probably watching this. She's going to kick my ass, but she's almost had my name longer than her own.
That's so great. I love it. But she is an
she's,
incredible.
She's everything, dude. She's my rock. She's my rock star, and she condones my stupid motorcycle habit. That's for sure. So no, super happy to have her with us, and she's really one of the main reasons. I will say that. Let me get a story about Chloe. I was a little hesitant about buying my dealership outright, right? And like any business move, you kind of you question, answer back and forth. And there's a lot of people that say they're owners or that they own something, but if they haven't written a check, you really don't own shit because you've never liquidated everything. And as my wife would say, dip your balls. And I will never forget when she looked at me and she kind of goes, "Quit being a pussy. You got to dip your balls." And you know, that's probably the main reason why I have an Indian motorcycle dealership today is because of that young lady upstairs. So
Oh, and she's just fabulous. If you get to meet Chloe, she's just such a beautiful light and a beautiful energy. Like she's fabulous.
she rode Fender for many years. And I will say, when we're building our next bike, she's like, "I'm not riding anything unless it's got a tour patch." So we'll certainly put in her dues, and yeah, she's amazing. And to your point, if you ever want to meet her, if you ever get a chance to, she's way fucking cooler than I am, and way better looking.
Now, when I was telling you guys earlier about this cat and about how he has an irreverent flair for the way he celebrates the Indian brand, I'm not kidding you. This motorcycle, he rode all over Hell's Half Acre last year in Daytona when we were all there. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, check my man out.
The shit chief.
Absolutely.
So
He's not playing.
I don't want to, Chris. I don't want to put an ad in here on this bike, but I too have a YouTube channel now, and I think I have 5 followers.
Rockstar.
And yeah, so I did an interview on that bike, and everybody's like, "We don't understand why you call it the shit chief. You know, it's not a piece of shit. It's got every cool part on it you can imagine. Some parts that aren't even available, right?" So somebody ran out of talent on that motorcycle, left it at my dealership for a little over a year while they fought the insurance company and so and such and back and forth. Long story short, we inherited the bike. So it was pushed back about 8 inches in the front end. And so I kept walking by it every day. I'm like, what are you going to do with that piece of shit, right? Well, that piece of shit became the shit chief, and probably one of the most, as far as Indian's concerned, I'm not trying to take credit, but like the most photographed and or seen Indian out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you can't miss it. And my buddy Troy Duff, who's an amazing graffiti artist and painted my Indian dealership and did all the Indian heads and all of our graffiti. I asked him, I said, bro, have you ever graffitied a bike? He's like, no. I'm like, you want to? He's like, fuck yeah. So, I look at the bike and I see some Indian stuff. I see some Nashville with the 3 stars and NCI and my wife's initials and my initials are in there somewhere. The rest of it, I have no idea. I might be getting in a fight with some Vato somewhere. He's like, bro, that's my tag. He probably did that anyway.
Oh my God.
Oh God, I love it.
So I want to thank everybody for watching Shop Talk these many years. I'm sure this is going to be the last show ever.
Yeah, we've offended just about everything and everybody we possibly could, which we're good at anyway. But
Yeah, if my dealership explodes like tomorrow, sorry.
yeah,
Got good insurance.
we've offended ethnics, we've offended
Oh
drug
my God,
addicts.
so good. Nah.
No,
We're gonna
man,
roll.
it's all good fun. But listen, man, I appreciate you taking some time with us tonight, man. It's fantastic for me personally to be able to introduce you to the people that follow along with Shop Talk, and I hope you'll come back with us again and have some more fun. It's been a blast, and give us a little bit of education to talk smart about what's going on with Indian.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys. We appreciate you having us on, or me on for that matter. And yeah, dude, go Indian and go Harley. Let's go. Let's just keep promoting the brand and get people on 2 wheels.
That's it.
Right on, buddy. We'll catch you later. Until we get him back on, or until you get back on, go check him out. Music City Indian, always a blast, always a good time to hang out with this cat, and love you, man. Thanks for being here.
Be good, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thanks,
See you, Cam.
Cam.
All right, hey guys, you're watching Shop Talk here on the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio Network. We're going to check out a cool new product from our boy Shelton. When we come back on the other side, we still have more show. Lots of stuff to do here tonight. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Shop Talk.
Hi, I'm Shelton, and this idea started on the shop floor when I realized there had to be a better way. But before we get into that, I believe that collaboration fuels creation. We share ideas, we solve problems faster, we build cooler things, and honestly, it's just way more fun. And that's why I wanted to start something different, something that took the shop floor ideas and created ways to make life easier. The first product, Axle Fit, 3D printed axle spacers that allow you to just grab and try it, and it has the sizes on it. No more wasted time, no more frustration trying to figure out the wheel spacing on your bike. Next up, this magnetic Milwaukee battery holder. Has two 80-pound magnets, so any metal surface can organize your batteries, or just have an extra one ready to go. This is Collaborative Concepts Inc., a place where we can share ideas, build things, and just make life easier and have fun along the way. And if you're seeing this, that means that collabconceptsinc.com is live. So you should head over there, check it out, drop a comment below what you think, and if you have any ideas. And I'm looking forward to taking you along for the ride, because life is better when we do this together.
I'm Mark's alter ego, Big Brian, and you're watching Shop Talk.
Oh, nice. Paul Yaffe product, huh?
Yeah, man, so excited.
Got a new build?
I do, it's aren't you Paul Yaffe?
No, I've never met the guy. But I do know you can get all of his products at DennisKirk.com.
There you go.
Is this me? Awesome. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Have a good one.
Listen to Not Paul Yaffe. Get all your Bagger Nation products right now at DennisKirk.com.
Out of Focus is brought to you by Garage Build. Submit your build, share your passion. Powered by Dennis Kirk.
Hi, I'm Frank Nikens from Speed Dealer Customs, based out of Joplin, Missouri. This is my 1986 FXR that we built, mostly with manual equipment, Bridgeport and engine lathe. Pretty much built everything on this bike myself. Hand-formed aluminum tank, had to tunnel it for the backbone of an FXR. 1290 KTM front end. We built our own triple trees, made my own wheels. Made to try to be super light, lightest FXR ever built. Weighs about 525 pounds with a half tank of gas in it. And it's got a 124 S&S, 140 horsepower. So it's like riding a 450 Yamaha dirt bike. Front end wants to come up all the time. Again, to emphasize that, trying to prove the point that you can still build custom motorcycles with manual machines. You don't need $100,000 CNCs. Very few parts on this bike was out of my CNC machine shop, but 95% was made on a Bridgeport and engine lathe right there in my little shop in Joplin, Missouri. Yeah, one of the unique parts on this bike is I took a mountain bike shock and put it on the top motor mount. So that way you can load each side of the pistons up to 300 pounds to take the vibration out of your handlebars or any other type, any other vibration on the bike. Another unique about that shock, you can turn the lever and it becomes solid, just like a regular Harley-Davidson motor mount. Yeah, then another thing on the engine mounting is, instead of the 1-point system with most FXRs, I came up with a 2-point system running on plastic bushings that makes it less shaking also, and a lot more rigid as far as handling and stuff and vibration, feedback to the handlebars from the triangle or the tricycle thing I call it, which wasn't a very good design. We just got to improve on that. And with that, we built the front end to 4 3/16 trail with KTM 1290 forks, and we had to build our own triple trees and forks to get that 4 3/16 trail, which is on it now for optimum handling, low speed and high speed. The controls is another unique deal, kind of what West Coast Chopper used back in the day off of 2005 Ducati Monsters. And then I had my buddy James Carter at a Bitch and Stitch and build me some leather hand grips, which is kind of unique. I tried to make it on the classy side and unique to this motorcycle. And the rear shocks, everyone knows that you got the only shocks when you have gold on the back. Well, me being so OCD that I had to make some aluminum sleeves to hide that all pretty gold so it would match my bike. Yeah, then on the bolt heads, instead of a typical 12-point, what everyone uses, which is a classic deal, I went ahead and used stainless steel flatheads. And in those flatheads, I put a 6-bolt pattern around it with a little countersink, depending on what size bolt, depending on which countersink. I probably got 20 hours with my OCD counter with all these countersink bolts and putting a bolt pattern all the way around it. So OCD guys would get it, other people don't even see it. And to get the weight down to 525 pounds, I used all carbon from Italian Motorsports on the front fairing and the back fenders, and then I had to make a stainless steel fender brace to support anyone that ride on the back, as anyone well knows that carbon fiber is not the safest thing for a passenger to be, so I had to make me a stainless steel fender brace for the back, was all handmade. I don't know, can't keep the front end down, and when you keep the front end up, Speedo don't work, because I've tied the Speedo to the front end, so I'm sure it's badass fast, I'm sure. Frank, Speed Dealer Customs from Joplin, Missouri, and you're watching Cycle Source TV.
In Wayne, Michigan, there's a place where metal breathes and legends take form. At Stevenson Cycles, Steve Broyles builds more than motorcycles. He builds stories you can ride.
And somebody goes, well, you need to take life seriously. And I went, okay, I'll take it seriously when I'm gone. How's that? But until then, I'm going to have some fucking fun doing what I'm doing.
From the grind of the shop floor to the roar of the open road, every mile is pure soul and steel.
And that's what I like about this community that we're in here. This world of motorcycling that we're in right now.
They have a hot rod shop.
This isn't a job. It's a way of life forged one part at a time. Step inside the world of Steve Broyles. The builds, the stories, the ride. Visit Stevenson Cycles now on Shop Hoppin'. The garage doors are open. Are you in?
I just refuse to grow up. I refuse to take that next step and say that I've grown up.
Now streaming on Cycle Source TV through Roku, Apple TV, Fire Stick, Android TV, iOS and Android.
All right, man. Hey, you're watching Cycle Source Magazine Shop Talk here on the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio Network. Good to have you guys here with us. Great guest tonight, man. But even more importantly, we are in the season that kicks off the fall season of Cycle Source TV. And like this is where we take everything that we scoop together all through the summer and all through the late summer, and we start pouring it on the Cycle Source
much
TV.
of it.
It is, man, and that was a sample right there. Shop hopping with Steve Broyles, and what an absolute pleasure to hang out with him and do that. But good stuff all around, man.
Good time of the season, Johnny. Good time.
It is.
Oh my God.
Smart ass.
Yeah, that Steve Broyles interview, that's fantastic. Like that dude's just screams history, and what a great guy he is.
You know, and we get to be around Steve so much that you forget sometimes, like the depth of his history and how much shit that he's done, and like it's so great. This is one of the real honors of doing Cycle Source TV is getting to put that stuff down for perpetuity. You know, like throughout history. Now we'll be able to go back and listen to Steve tell his story, and it's just fantastic. So check it out today, Cycle Source TV. You can get it on Roku, Fire Stick, Amazon TV, Apple TV, all that good shit.
Damn it, just get it.
Yeah. So great show tonight.
Such a good show.
Going a little bit long, but it was absolutely worth it. We definitely got to have Cam back, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, he's so good. He's so funny.
There's too much to talk about with that cat, man. And like I said, every time we're with him, you will literally just go from story to story, pissing your pants, man. Crazy.
And fun is what it's all about.
That's it. That's it. What do you got?
A lot of enthusiasm.
Are we doing the events? Are we
I don't know
there?
if we're doing events. I thought maybe you want to tell everybody about the work that you've been doing.
Oh boy.
Over at Cycle Source Magazine. Just for a minute. I mean, let's try to pretend that there's some business behind what we do here.
Stop it now.
Yeah, we've been definitely trying to make some changes. If you click that sign up newsletter button right there.
Oh, not that one.
Not that one. Nope.
Hang on. I'll go back. This one.
The other.
Look at that.
So there's 3 different newsletters you can sign up for. So Cycle Source World Report daily updates. That means if we post a new article or a new piece of news to the blog, you'll get a daily email letting you know what those posts are. Smokeout Rally has its own newsletter. And then there's going to be a monthly newsletter from Cycle Source, which will just be highlight some things that we have going on, some shop talk snippets, what's happening on the channel, where you might be able to catch us out on the road. And it's easy peasy. You just fill out those couple things and bam, you got it. So head over to cyclesource.com.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Just like that and that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But you have to fill out all the fields, yeah.
Yeah, so good stuff, man. super proud of you for all the work you put into that this week. And the nice thing about it is, like she said, you can pick one or all three.
Yep.
You get news like every day from the Cycle Source blog. We're constantly trafficking all the motorcycle news we can grab and get a hold of, and you can be part of that whole ride. So check it out.
Yeah, it's super exciting.
Troy Wasney had said, top notch, your interview with Steve. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Fantastic.
Oh, you're so good.
Bagger Baiter, I really enjoyed my subscription. That's awesome, man. Thank you guys so much for the support. So I guess, since you're just chomping at the bit to go after it.
We don't have to. Oh, just a reminder, applications for Garage Buildoff 2026 are open.
Get them in.
Just saying, get them in.
Didn't we start the show off with that?
I know. I'm just sending a little reminder out there.
Man, do the events.
I get so excited.
ShopTalk is brought to you by Cyclefish. Cyclefish, the most complete list of motorcycle events in the U.S.
Man, there's a lot going on next weekend. November used to be super light.
I
Now,
know.
next weekend, there's so many things going on.
I'm so pissed that we're going to miss Chili Challenge at Roscoe's.
Everybody loves Chili
Everybody says it's a great time.
I
We've
know.
not been able to be there, but if you're in or around Lakeland, Florida, go check go check it out. There's a link in the comments that you can get more information about that. Roscoe's Chili Challenge. Next weekend, Chris and I and Lisa and Camel are going to be at Lone Star Rally, our favorite way to end the rally season. Bike games on Friday on the corner of, you'll be able to see us on the corner of Seawall and 21st. Everybody who competes, well, not everybody who competes. If you win a contest, you get an Olympic medal. If you win the overall, you get a championship buckle. And that is next Friday. Come see us at the Lone Star Rally.
Galveston, y'all.
Galveston, Texas, y'all.
It's all about the buckle, bitches.
The following day, Saturday, same spot, is our, 15? You've been doing that 15
Wow,
years, maybe?
Seriously?
I'm guessing
didn't
you
need
started
that,
it
Heather.
before me. Wow. It is at least 15 years. The Cycle Source Ride-In Custom Bike Show at Beach Central on Seawall. We've got trophies in like 30 classes. Best of Show gets $500 cash and bragging rights for a year. Come hang out with us for the day. It's a great time. And I just checked, the weather is going to be amazing.
Fucking Radar is such a redneck. I have to give him a call out. Thank you, Chris, Heather, and Mark, for doing the show after legal deer hunting hours.
We definitely took that into consideration for you, Radar.
Yeah.
That was
sure we did.
You know, we were thinking about changing the hours, and they were like, if we do that, it's going to interfere with Radar's deer hunting.
Yeah.
So let's not.
And then what we actually said was,
who the hell he's kidding? He's been sitting home all day waiting for this. He ain't got no damn thing to do.
Oh. So yeah,
shit.
wait a minute. There's more events.
Oh,
okay.
So anyway, we hope to see y'all next weekend at Lone Star Rally. Also next weekend, super bummer because we can't be in two places at once, is the Love Ride, the resurrection of the Love Ride. Tickets are available. I think their first tier already sold out pretty quickly, but if you're out on the West Coast, what?
He's getting more redneck as it goes on. He said it's currently the peak of deer hunt rut here in North Carolina. I ain't leaving my deer stand except the shit. That's entirely too much
Never
information.
show it's going to be Shut Up Radar. Somewhere along
Shut
the
up,
line,
Radar.
Shut the fuck up, Radar.
Oh my God. So anyway, next weekend is also the Love Ride, loveride.org. You can get your tickets for that. I want to hear all about it. I think our man Bob's going to be on the ground for that. I got to check with him.
That's a show I'd like to get to sometime.
And then
Awesome.
we're jumping into January here with Carolina Full Throttle Bike Show in Greensboro. We're going to be there.
Mark,
January
what?
31st.
You want to come to this one with
I don't
us?
know. I might be busy that day. What day is it?
I'm just saying.
Well, we will be there.
January
Hope to see you there.
31st.
If you're there, you're going to be some of the first people to get the new Smokeout posters. So
That's right. That's right. You get to see the new character who we kind of know
maybe
who it's going to be.
We do.
I do.
You do? How do you know and I don't?
Well, because I don't tell you everything.
He knows the guy. Big Brian told you, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
my, it's going to be
he's
Mark.
Obviously going to be naked. That's all I can tell you.
It's going to be Marky Mark, right?
Wouldn't that be scary?
That's what a 5-gallon bucket is for, Radar.
See?
Okay.
So yeah, man, it's
TMI. TMI.
It's the Full Throttle Carolinas. We're going down for that show. We're going to drag Mark with us one way or another.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we got to go support Lincoln, man.
Lincoln.
Yeah, we're going to do a site visit while we're there to check out the grounds for smokeout.
Yep.
Because there may be some big news coming for that. We're going to visit with Mark and Ashley.
Well, great. Now Radar knows where we're going to be.
While we're there.
Right?
Well, he doesn't know when we're going to be there.
He'll just go sit there.
The show is January 31st. How does he not know when we're going to be there?
Well, he knows when we'll be there, but not there.
There. Got ya.
Yeah.
So.
Like everybody knows when we're going to be there, but they're not.
We'll bring
don't
you a
know when
bucket,
we're going to be
Radar.
there.
There's no there.
There's no
there isn't, but there.
Those Dino guys. What's
Hi.
up?
Hey, Matt. How are you?
Oh shit, man. So
we need to get him on here.
listen, here's something I got to tell you guys about. So the next issue of Cycle Source magazine, we're feverishly working on. It is going to be the SNS Vintage Tour issue.
All 6.
So all 6 SNS bikes from the Vintage Tour this year. So that's A1 Mike's, Xavier's, Chip and Mikey from What's Wrong With Me?
I know that guy.
San Diego Customs.
Wow. Stroke much?
Yeah. Brian Clock from Clockworks, obviously. Kevin Teach Bass, and myself. We're going to have all 6 of those motorcycles. One issue.
Are you going to write your own article?
I don't know, but that took a minute.
It did. Listen.
Well, what's funny is he forgot himself. That's the funny part.
I'm tired.
I'm tired. I've been walking all day.
Why can't I reply to those Dino guys?
Do not do it.
Matt, I'm trying to reply to you to tell you to hit me up to come on the show. All right.
I can reply to
Text
him.
me.
I can do it. Why don't you just tell him?
He says I'd be honored, so you
There
must
you
be
go.
replying with him.
Work perfect.
We can stay with Radar. Look at that.
Oh, geez.
Some of his
Here we go.
famous sausage and biscuits.
I don't even think so.
Hey, listen.
What?
Didn't he spend all his smoke out calling us Yankees?
Yes.
Oh.
Son of a bitch.
I don't even know he's talking.
He's going to poison that
We
stuff.
will have to see Radar because he has to pay for those bits he stole off of me. From I forgot all about that. Glad you brought that up.
So he just said we'll have to see Radar. That means he's coming.
We'll have to see
Did you
Radar.
hear that?
Well, if I get to collect from my bits, I'm coming. See, there's money in there, bitches.
So
Them bits are
earlier,
expensive.
when we were doing a test before the show, we saw the hint of Mrs. Monkey. Did she ever come back in?
No.
No, we didn't see the monkeys.
It was just a tease.
Oh.
Did you see her Halloween costume though? She was Bob Ross. It was great.
Oh yeah.
It was so good.
Well, all right, man. Well, listen, you guys have been awesome. Thanks for being patient with us while we figure out the bits and pieces. I'm pretty sure we're back on track here. Like I think we got all the bugs.
We did.
So-
Just don't touch anything.
Yeah.
Don't touch
There's
the
the
button.
Don't touch it. Don't
However,
touch it.
next weekend we're going to be driving home from Galveston. So I think what we should do.
Oh, boy.
What are you doing?
There you
That's
go.
the bike
thinking
starting
again.
up.
I think maybe, and I'm just throwing this out there. Chris could tell me no. I want everybody to get their questions. Like, if you want to know some like deep dark secret about Chris or Mark or
Sweet
something,
Jesus.
get it ready because we'll do a Q&A while we drive.
Hey, we've done this show 320 times. There's no secrets anymore.
Oh, trust me, there are.
There's no secrets.
Yep, there are. Hi, Gary.
Feeling kind of fluey.
Oh, Mrs. Monkey was throwing down fireballs. Oh, I see.
There's the
I see.
problem.
I like Fireball.
Now we know what
They have the
happens.
special Fireball. It's delicious.
Special Fireball.
Yeah, they have. Listen, they have actual celebrity endorsement.
They do,
unlike
yep.
unlike the bastards at Dunkin' Donuts that won't give me anything.
Or they won't even give you service anymore, apparently.
Listen,
was a donut.
I am so turning into the get off my lawn guy, Mark. So I go to Dunkin' Donuts the other day, and this is the world. The world pisses me off anymore. I go to Dunkin' Donuts. I'm standing at the counter. The Sprinter van will not fit through the drive-thru, so the only thing I can do is park it there and walk in. I'm standing at the counter for 5 minutes. Now it's going on 10. Nobody will even make eye contact with me.
Not even a hey, we'll be right with you.
So finally, I'm pissed, and I'm like, hey, is the counter still open today? And this 19-year-old girl, maybe 20 years old, turns around and she says, she'll wait on you when she's ready.
Wow.
And dude,
I thought his head was going to explode.
Did you
I went, nope.
Call Duncan headquarters?
Like, I did.
Yep.
Did you call, what's his name, what's the actor's name?
And you know what they said?
Yeah.
That right there.
Yeah.
They said, hey, we don't care either.
Yeah, pretty much. I was very very disappointed. But just for, like, if anybody's looking for a nickname for Chris, he has dubbed himself this generation's Archie Bunker.
Hey,
so just call him
man.
Archie.
Whatever.
Archie?
I'm done with your bullshit.
Well,
I'm done. Listen, man.
You just called yourself the Get Off My Lawn guy.
I know. Let's go with one nickname per show for a little.
Get off my lawn.
See, you're telling all the secrets now. You're not going to have anything for next week.
Yeah. What's next week's name going to be?
Oh, just wait.
Dumbass. Oh, shit. All right, man. Well, listen, thank you guys for being here with us. Thanks very much to Cam and Music City Indian. Great to have you on the show. Can't wait to have you back. Thanks to Brian for, just overseeing the show. And
I'm Mark's alter ego, Big Brian, and you're watching ShopTalk.
Back there. Brian's always
couldn't do it without you, buddy. We appreciate you being here. And
so good.
But really, like, until next week, do something with your motorcycle. Get ready because it's garage time. It's garage season. I cannot wait. We are already planning on what we're going to be building for this year's Twisted Tea motorcycle. So
again,
get ready.
Feeling a little fluey.
You better not be feeling fluey. You better be feeling the damn tools. Pick up the tools. We got to get back to it.
Heats and the tools.
Mark's like, they're back, bitches.
You know how many phone calls I've avoided?
Oh.
Right?
Now he just shows up at your house.
Every time the phone
He's like,
rings,
hey.
Every time the phone rings, Rick and Brandon go, Chris is calling.
All right. Well, listen, man. Again, thank you guys for being here. Thanks to Dennis Kirk, all of our sponsors for helping us get this show to you every week. We will see you next Sunday, just like every Sunday, 9 p.m. on the East Coast, where we'll bring you another episode of Shop Talk, and we'll try to do that same chopper time.
Same chopper channel.
We're out, Felicia.
See ya.
Welcome to Shop Talk, your all-access pass to the heart of the motorcycle world. Every week, we fire up the mics with riders, builders, legends, and celebrities, bringing you raw stories, wild rides, and real talk from the road and the garage. From custom builds to killer events, we're covering the culture that keeps your wheels turning through the week. New episodes drop every Sunday. Watch on YouTube or listen wherever you get your podcasts. This is more than a show. It's the sound of wrenches, good times, and the open road. This is Shop Talk. Now available on Cycle Source TV through Roku, Fire Stick, Apple TV, Android TV, iOS, and Android.